let's talk about week number 5, Ron. And we're gonna skip the Thursday night game because we can actually talk about it. Thursday night, the Bucks against the Falcons.
It's a big game here.
Atlanta 1.5. It's a spread. The over and under is 43.5. Ron, who'd you go with?
Listen, this is gonna be a really tight game, and I told you, I had Atlanta winning the division. I don't think I'm going to change that. Tampa's playing good. They just came off a huge win. Who they just beat this week?
Philly, but Philly's another subject altogether.
Yeah, but they put up 33 points on them though. So, but regardless, I'm sticking with Atlanta. I'm not, confident in it. I think it's going to be a good game regardless, but I got Atlanta winning this one.
It was a toss-up when I saw the spread. I was like, it's going to be a tight game. I don't know what defense I like the best of these two teams because their defense, I feel like they're not great, but Atlanta has the edge, but I still picked Tampa and I saw what Baker Mayfield said about when Tom Brady was playing there.
What did he say? I missed this whole...
Basically, he said before he got there, it was very tight. It was a very stressful scenario. And they asked him, like, hey, can you line up the Bucks? Because they were tight when Tom Brady was here. That's what he said.
He's a perfectionist.
So when Tom Brady heard that, on the cast, may I add, he put up that, he said, you know what's stressful? Not winning a championship. That's stressful.
That's just petty.
If you want to have fun, I take my kids to Disneyland. That's what he said. So it was a clapback, and I kind of agree with him. Like, listen, being a Super Bowl champion is not easy. It's not fun in games. It's not we had a great practice. This is how it is, man. I mean, Baker Mayfield, learn from the best. You gotta. It's not fun in games when you're out there. You gotta tackle. You got to block everything. Having said all that, I still went with Tampa because I feel like if I look at these quarterbacks, Cousins, Mayfield, if Baker Mayfield plays, to his potential, I like the Bucks, so I picked the Bucks.
Okay.
Sunday morning, actually.
Yeah.
This is a London game. New York Jets, which we were just talking about, against the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are favored by 2.5. The 45.5 is the over and under. Ron, what'd you pick?
I don't know why this point spread's 2.5. I think everyone's taking Minnesota seriously at this point, and should be. We'll talk about that when we get to our rankings, but I think Minnesota should win this one pretty easily. I don't see anything in the Jets, offense yet that scares me. And like you said, the defense hasn't been playing that great either. So give me Minnesota.
Yeah, I went with Minnesota too. I mean, funky things happen.
That's true. In London.
In London. Or any country that's not, that's not the U.S. But I still like Minnesota. I still like Brian Flores' defense. I think he's going to make Aaron Rodgers move. A lot of blitzes. I like what Minnesota's doing, so I went with Minnesota. The next game is the Panthers at Bears. Bears are favored by 4. 41.5 is over under. Ron, what'd you pick?
I got the Bears. I know Carolina's playing better, but Caleb got is this his first win with the Bears?
I think so.
It might be his first win, or at least his first touchdown, I think is what They're
2-2.
Yeah, okay, so give me the Bears. Listen, I was higher than on them on the preseason. Probably too high, admittedly too high. But I think they'll start to get things going. They have a lot of talent on that team. There's no reason why, they shouldn't win this game.
Yeah, I picked the Bears too because I'm not fully on the Panthers where I can trust them. I know Andy Dalton is playing, but I'm still not 100%, especially with the defense. So I pick the Bears. The next game is the Ravens at the Bengals. Ravens are favored by 2.5. 50.5 is the points over under. Ron, who'd you go with?
This game makes me a little bit nervous too, but listen, I think Baltimore is a better team. They were in my rankings last week. They've been in my rankings, I think, the entire time. They're not falling out. I think they're a better team. They're going to win this one.
Yeah, we talked about the Bengals at the beginning of the year. They start out slow. I know this is October now. I still think they're still trying to figure things out. I went with the Ravens. 2.5. It might move, but 2.5 it sounds about right. The next game is the Browns at Washington. Washington is actually favored by 3. 44.5 is the over and under. Ron, who'd you go with?
Well, with Washington, they seem to be the truth. So, will anyone figure out that offense? I don't know. I think Washington is going to win this one. I don't like what's going on in Cleveland. I know Chubb is back at practice, I think. So, he probably got like 2 or 3 weeks before he plays, but give me Washington to win this one.
Yeah, I pick Washington too because, again, they're going to start Watson, and I refuse to actually even go for the Browns as long as Watson is starting. And we don't know, is he good? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. So until that happens, I'm gonna go against the Browns. So I picked Washington. Next game is the Colts at Jacksonville. Jacksonville for somehow is favored by 3. The over and under is 46.5. Ron, who'd you pick?
I'm taking Jacksonville, right? So I'm going to assume that Flacco's not playing. So there's going to be a lot of turnovers this game. And Jacksonville will get off the snide and figure out how to win a game here. So I think the losing streak finally ends and they pull this one out.
I'm going to go the opposite way. I think Flacco does start because Richardson, he got hit pretty hard. And I think there was after where he came back, he went to the blue tent, he came back, he ran a play, and then he
went back out.
He went back out. So I don't know what his health status is. Today's Wednesday, so I have to look at the injury report. But I pick Indy as long as Flacco is starting. If he's not starting, I'm gonna go with that Jacksonville. The next game, Bills at Texans. Bills are favored by 1 point. The over and under is 47.5. Ron, who'd you go with?
I'm going with Houston. I know Bills came off a really impressive win last week. Actually, it was lost.
They lost.
That's right. They got dump trucked by the Ravens. That's right. But the Bills have played well up to that point. But Houston, I think, is going to surpass Buffalo this season. I think Buffalo is going to take a step down this year. I know they were impressed at the beginning of the year. Give me Houston to win this one.
I went with Buffalo only because I don't think it's Mixon's back. I don't think he's still back.
I think he's back at practice this week.
He's back at practice. Houston is not the same team when they don't have a running game for some reason. That's why I don't trust them, but I think Buffalo, they got embarrassed by Baltimore. They should be better this game. It's on the road. Baltimore game was on the road and they were just embarrassed. So I don't think that Josh Allen will let it happen 2 weeks in a row. The next game is the Raiders at Broncos. Denver is favored by 3. 36.5 is the over and under. Ron, who'd you go with?
Give me Denver, right? Coming off an impressive win.
Was it impressive?
Well, I mean,
Bo Nix had -7 at halftime. Was it impressive?
It's the Jets, so
60 yards total.
Yeah. Regardless, they won. A win's a win. The Raiders are dysfunctional, and this game's in Denver. Give me Denver to win this one.
I picked the Raiders only because I just don't like Bo Nix, and I don't think he's a real quarterback. Even though Sean Payton it's a real coach. I don't think Bo Nix is, and I like Minshew. So
Name a receiver on the Raiders, not name Devontae Adams.
they took Jacoby Myers from us.
Oh, okay. That's the only reason you know
They
that.
have that little white guy,
Who?
Penthro?
No, I don't think he's.
No, not the white guy. The tight end from Georgia, Brock.
Yeah, they got tight ends for sure.
They got a good team. I don't know who the running back is, but they got a good. Cardinals at 49ers. Niners are favored by 7 points. Over and under is 49.5. Ron, who'd you go with?
49ers. I don't trust the Cardinals.
I went with the 49ers. Brock Purdy has really impressed me this season because he's doing it all. He's throwing on the run. He's throwing on the blitz. He's calling audibles. This dude, has he gotten an extension yet?
No.
He's gonna get a big one because as long as Kyle Shanahan is there, he's gonna get paid.
But it's only his second year, right? Or is it third year this?
I think he's third year, so he's almost, the re-contract is about to expire. He's kind of impressed me with no Debo, no McCaffrey. Ayuk is pedestrian receiver, I guess.
But it's I think that's the Shanahan system.
It's so what? As long as Shanahan is there.
Behind McCaffrey's been excellent.
Yeah, he's been really good. The next game is the Packers at the Rams. Packers are favored by 3.5. 47.5 is the one under. Ron, who'd you go with?
Give me the Packers. I think they are getting healthy. Give me the Packers. I love Stafford. He's up and down sometimes. He's still missing his receivers, so I'm not putting any blame on him. But give me the Packers.
Yeah, I got the Packers too. I think Minnesota, I know there were some garbage points at the end, but I think that they can still score. I think Love is coming back. He should be okay for this game, I know. If I was McVay, I would just blitz him, make sure he's there, but I like Green Bay more. Next game, Giants at Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 6. 43.5 is the one under. Ron, who'd you go with?
Well, I'm not going to pick the Giants again, that's for sure. So give me Seattle to win, and I think they will cover that spread.
Yeah, I was kind of impressed with Seattle against Detroit that Monday night game. I thought they hung with them.
Geno Smith looked good.
Geno Smith looked good.
Played excellent.
Even Walker looks good.
Yeah.
It was hard to get down.
Yeah.
So I think Mike McDonald is doing a good job. He got that first year bump.